Hello, welcome to IT Expert YouTube video series. Today we are going to talk about overview of AWS Lex. Introduction. Welcome to this tutorial on AWS Lex, Amazon's powerful service for building conversational interfaces using voice and text. AWS Lex enables developers to create chatbots and voice assistants with deep learning and natural language processing. Powered by Alexa technology, the same advanced AI that drives Amazon Alexa. In this video, we will cover key features of AWS Lex, use cases for chatbots and voice assistants, core concepts, intents, utterances, slot extraction, AWS Lex architecture overview, a quick demo of AWS Lex in action, common interview questions on AWS Lex. Key features of AWS Lex. Natural language understanding. AWS Lex can understand user intent and context, helping create more sophisticated conversations with users. Automatic speech recognition. Lex allows both text and voice input. It transcribes spoken words into text for voice interactions. Integration with AWS services. You can integrate AWS Lex with other AWS services like Lambda, CloudWatch, DynamoDB, and more. Multi-platform support. AWS Lex can be integrated with Slack, Facebook Messenger, mobile apps, and websites. Scalability and cost efficiency. The service automatically scales as per usage and charges only for the requests made, without the need for infrastructure management. Use cases of AWS Lex. Customer support chatbots. AWS Lex is widely used to create virtual assistants that automate customer service, such as resolving issues or answering FAQs. Voice-activated interfaces. AWS Lex allows developers to create voice assistants for smart devices or other voice-based interfaces, like home automation or in-vehicle systems. E-commerce recommendation bots. Leverage Lex to suggest products or services based on user preferences in e-commerce platforms. Data collection and surveys. AWS Lex can be used for chatbots that gather feedback or user data through conversational surveys. Healthcare applications. Build bots that can assist with booking appointments, sharing medical information, or providing basic health advice. Key concepts: intents, utterances, and slot extraction. Intents. Definition. Represents a user's purpose. Example. Book a flight intent triggers a predefined action. Utterances. Definition. Different ways users express the same intent. Examples. I want to book a flight. Can you help me book a flight? Book a flight for me. Slot extraction. Definition. Collects necessary information slots to fulfill an intent. Example for a flight booking intent. Departure city. Where are you flying from? Destination city. Where are you flying to? Departure date. When do you want to leave? Slot types. AWS Lex provides built-in slots and supports custom slot types. Flow architecture of AWS Lex. Dialog flow. AWS Lex works by recognizing the intent based on user input and then triggering predefined dialog flows. It first identifies the intent, then checks for required slots, prompting users for missing data. Lambda function integration. Once the slots are collected, AWS Lex can invoke an AWS Lambda function to execute backend logic, like looking up data from a database, making API calls, or processing payment. Session management. AWS Lex maintains session states, so it can remember context during multi-turn conversations. This helps manage complex dialogues. Fulfillment. When all slots are filled, AWS Lex invokes the fulfillment process, which could involve calling a Lambda function to complete the task. Demo of building an intent and extracting slots. Step 1. Create a new Lex bot. Step 2. Define an intent. Step 3. Add sample utterances. Step 4. Configure slot types and prompts. Step 5. Test the bot using the AWS Lex console. What is AWS Lex, and how does it differ from AWS Poly and AWS Lambda? AWS Lex is a service for building conversational interfaces using voice and text. AWS Poly is a text-to-speech service that converts text into lifelike speech, while AWS Lambda is a serverless computing service that runs back-end logic in response to events, including AWS Lex interactions. What is an intent in AWS Lex, and how do you define it? An intent represents the goal of a user's input. It is defined by a set of sample utterances that map to specific actions, such as booking a flight or ordering food. How does slot extraction work in AWS Lex? AWS Lex extracts slot values parameters from user input to complete an intent. Required slots are prompted until all necessary information is collected before proceeding to fulfillment. Can AWS Lex integrate with other AWS services? Yes, AWS Lex integrates with AWS Lambda for backend processing, DynamoDB for data storage, CloudWatch for monitoring, and other AWS services for advanced workflows. What are some best practices for building an AWS Lex chatbot? Keep intents simple, use clear utterances, validate slots with Lambda, manage session states, and continuously improve with analytics. What are built-in slot types, and when should you use custom slot types? Built-in slots include predefined types like date, time, and location. Custom slot types should be used when collecting domain-specific inputs that are not covered by built-in types. How does AWS Lex handle session management in multi-turn conversations? AWS Lex maintains session attributes, allowing it to remember user context across multiple interactions within the same session. What are the main advantages of using AWS Lex over other chatbot frameworks? AWS Lex provides deep integration with AWS services, built-in NLU and ASR, pay-as-you-go pricing, and scalability, making it a cost-effective and robust solution. How does AWS Lex ensure high accuracy in speech and text recognition? AWS Lex leverages Amazon's deep learning models for automatic speech recognition and natural language understanding, improving accuracy over time. Can AWS Lex handle multiple languages? If so, how is multilingual support implemented? Yes, AWS Lex supports multiple languages, with language-specific models that developers can configure per bot version. What are the different response types AWS Lex can provide? AWS Lex can return text responses, voice responses, card responses, rich content, and custom payloads for flexible chatbot interactions. How do you test and debug an AWS Lex bot effectively? Use the AWS Lex Test Console, enable logging with Amazon CloudWatch, validate Lambda integrations, and analyze user interactions to refine utterances and responses. Conclusion and call to action. Summary. AWS Lex is a powerful service for building AI-driven conversational interfaces. Key features include natural language understanding, speech recognition, and scalability. We covered intents, utterances, slot extraction, and how to set up bot flows effectively. Next steps. Encourage viewers to explore AWS Lex further by diving into the documentation, building sample bots, and experimenting with different use cases. Thank you for watching this video. We provide hands-on training with labs, homework, group projects, prepare you for the certification, provide real projects, internship opportunities, support you in resume LinkedIn, staffing support, provide tech references, in-person online class retake options, and more. Call us at 847-350-9034 for your free career consultation meeting. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for the latest videos.